Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome once again, in this time of revision. So, by the grace of God, I think we are going, slowly but surely to the end, okay, of the examinations. So we had that one of, the primary school. After this, we have the O-level exam. We are having also the A-level one in I think on Monday. So we thank God who has created us, okay, till now. Now today we going to emphasize, okay, a number of things at the level of the student of terminal. Then before we start, my name is Luc Wele. My name is Wele. I'm a teacher, an English teacher here in Togo. Okay. So what we are going to do today is, in fact, related to the various parts, okay, that we have, okay, in an English paper. So we have various parts, okay. We have a part which is called question, that is comprehension. After this we have vocabulary parts, we have the grammar points, okay. We have an essay writing, and after this we have what we call translation. So these are the various parts that we have, okay, in an exam paper of terminal. Okay, the same thing also at the level of premier. So today we are going to select some exercises, okay, from an exam paper. So these exercises are going to be, the revision that we are going to have today. So, without wasting time, let us move to the target of the day. You look at this one. A. Here, for instance, students are asked to do what? To work out verbs from words. To work out verbs, okay, from some words that are given. I follow it. Then, when you have this as a question, it means that you have a word, and you are asked to find, a verb out from that word. So that word, of course, will be, for instance, an adjective, a noun, so on, so forth. So through these words, you are going to work out the verb. So here, for instance, we have work out, okay, verbs from these words, and we have, for instance, number one, number A here we have family, okay, family. Number B, we have danger. C, we have life. Okay, and D, let me check out. Here we have Greece. Are you following? Here we have Greece. So when you have these words, for instance, you can see that they are names. So they can also give, for instance, verbs and ask you to find the names Are you following? That is noun. Okay, noun. These are noun. This is what I would like to say in fact. So to work out verbs, okay, from these words which are in fact nouns. Now, first, when we have family, which verb, okay, comes out from that word which is a noun? So here, for instance, we have to familiarize. To familiarize. Are you following? To familiarize. So this is the verb. Okay, we can find out from out of this noun, family. When we have danger, okay, danger, we have a verb too, like this. Okay, it itself is a verb in fact. Apart from this, we have to endanger. To endanger. Are you following? So these are things that you have to know. Okay, at the level of vocabulary, they can ask you anything. So pay attention to what is put to you as a question. You have to pay attention, and by paying attention, you can find them out. When you have, for instance, family, you see, you have familiarize. When you have danger, we have to danger itself. We have danger. And when we have life, this one is very easy. Everybody can do it. So life is to live. In fact, to live. Okay, to live. Now we have priest. Priest also is a noun. Are you following? Priest is a noun, in fact. Now the verb coming out from this word priest is to preach. We have to preach. Okay, which is a possibility. We have many others. Okay, so here, for instance, as I said earlier on, we have to preach, which is a verb in fact. Okay, to preach. And when we have to preach, this, for instance, okay, it is most related to the priest. Are you following? So we have to preach. This is a verb. After this, we can also use to pray. To pray. Are you following? So these are things that you can see during your examination. So you have to read them, and master them. Now these ones are examples. Okay, many other things are there. So you have to read again, to read and read again. By so doing, you can help yourself. Now, another point is this. Give antonyms. And when we say antonyms, we are talking about the contrary, the opposite. Okay, they are synonyms. Opposites, antonym, the contrary, all those things are synonyms. Now, when we have this one, this is number 1, and here is number 2. To give antonyms of the following. Antonyms of the following. We have to live. To live. Okay, to live. After this, we have wife. After this, we have son. Okay, and we have continued. We have continued. Okay, now live. What is the opposite of the word live. To live, in fact. Okay, to live, in fact. So to live, its opposite or antonym is die. When we come back to wife, if it is not wife, it is rather a husband. A husband. Husband. Now, son, please. Son. A son. Okay, a son. Then we have a daughter. Daughter. To continue. Okay, here it is in past. So you have to pay attention to all these things. Are you following? If it is in past and you put it in, the contrary in present is zero, in fact. Are you following? Then you have to pay you have to pay attention to these kind of things. Are you following? If the thing, for instance, the word is in a simple past, okay, then try to put it, okay, to put the opposite or the contrary or the antonym also in a simple past. This is the way it works. Are you following? If you do the other way, then you have zero. Now we have continue. Then here we can see ended, okay, discontinued, finished, stopped, give up, abandoned, terminated, ceased. We have a full list. We have a list, okay? We have a full list of these, antonyms. So make sure you put them also in simpler parts. This is what matters at this level. Now, still at the vocabulary point, we have also adverbs, okay? Derive, for instance, adverbs from the following. When we have okay, this word, we have strange. I think that you remember the way we derive an adverb. Okay, an adverb. We have first of all the adjective, and plus the adjective we add what? We add ly. That is ly. Are you following? We have ly. You just add ly, and then you have the adverb form. Are you following? Yes, but you have to pay also attention, because this not in all cases that you are going to add, okay, the ly. In some cases you have to delete something and add the ly. In some cases you have to add something before adding the ly. Then you have to pay attention to what is put to you. It's very important. Now follow at this level. We have strange. We have stranger, okay. B. There we have had, okay. We have had. We have also danger, and we have troublesome. Troublesome. So when we have, for example, danger, the adverb is what? The adverb is strange. The adverb is strangely. strangely. We have strangely. So this is what I was saying. Okay, we have strange, so we still have strange here plus li. Okay, plus li. So at least for the adverbs we have a rule, we have a way of doing it. Okay, that will help you. It is not like the antonyms that if you don't know it, then you don't know it. Okay, with the adverbs we have a rule, and the rule is what? You just add ly to the adjective I following. So this is the way it functions. Okay, and you have to pay attention, to be careful. Okay, as far as some adjectives are concerned. Okay, as I said earlier on, it is not in all cases that you have to add the ly. You are going to add them, of course, but you can delete something or you can add something before adding the ly. I follow it. So this is the way it functions. Now, here is an example. When you have strange, here you don't have any problem. You just add the ly, and it becomes strangely. I think you know that. When we have hard, for instance, we have hard here. Okay, hard. Here we have as an adverb hardly. Okay, we have danger. Okay, so as I was saying it, shall we say dangerly? No. Okay, we shall not say dangerly, but we will rather say what? Dangerously. Okay, dangerously. Danger itself here is in fact a noun. Then dangerous, okay, is the adjective. Dangerous is adjective, in fact. Plus the adjective, you add ly, then it becomes dangerously. I'm following. Then we have dangerously. So we have the dangerous, which is in fact the adjective, plus the ly. We have here troublesome. Okay, troublesome. So we have troublesomely. We have troublesomely as an adverb. Apart from this, we have also troubly. You can say it troubly. Okay, troubly. After troubly, we have troublously. We have troublingly. Are you following? So these are things that you can give if ever you encountered such words. Now, apart from this, we also have things that we call noun. Are you following? We have noun too. So as we saw it earlier on, we have noun. Here it is asked to form now from some words. Okay, from some words. And so number 3, we have noun formation. Formation. So here we have a longer. We have the said, see, kill, and the read. Are you following? So the noun coming from longer, for instance, is what? Longer. Which noun comes from, that word. Then here, for instance, we have length. Length. Are you following? We have length. We have length. Okay. We also have what? Longness. Longness. Longness is also a noun coming from longer. After this, we have also lengthening. Lengthening. Okay. Lengthening. It is written this way. Lengthening. Okay. You have lengthening. Are you following? Yeah. Lengthening. So we have length, longness, lengthening. You can choose either, length, longness, or lengthening. So both, the three of them are correct. Okay, they are correct. Now we have said. Said, we have at this level we can just put say, a say. Okay, a say, a say. Okay, we have also saying. Saying. Is that okay? After saying, we also have sayer. Sayer. It is also possible. At the level of kill, we have killing. Killing. Okay. Killing. We also have a killer. A killer. Okay. Now, as far as writing is concerned, we have write-downs. Write-downs or reader. Write-down. Let me, pronounce it that way for you to get it. So, this is in fact the vocabulary. So, for you who are watching me right away, at the level of vocabulary, these are things that most of the time they ask you. You derive noun, you derive adverbs, you derive, adjectives, so on and so forth. So you have to know what is an adjective, what is a verb, what is a noun, how to derive, for instance, an adjective from a noun, from an adjective. Okay, how to derive an adverb from a noun, from an adjective. Are you following? When we had, for instance, danger here, danger, which is in fact a noun, we transform it into an adjective, which is dangerous, and plus this adjective, we just added, ly, and it becomes dangerously. So this is the way you have to work. Are you following? You have to work, and you can acquire these things through reading. That's why reading is very important for everybody. Are you following? For this, for instance, the adverbs formation, we have rule, as I told you, the ly. But for the noun and all those things, okay, we also have rule. Okay, when we take for instance the fact of finding an opposite, we can add, for instance, a preface or a suffix. Okay, most of the time it is preface. Okay, to find the opposite of something. When we take the example of continued, we have discontinued. So we have the preface this. Okay, we have the preface this plus the continued, which form in fact the opposite, okay, of the word continued. Are you following? So these are some techniques that you have to master. Okay, most of the time, as far as the contrary or the opposite is concerned, we also use prefaces, okay, to make or to work out the opposite, the antonyms. Are you following? So that's it. Now, another part is the grammar one. Okay, the grammar. So at this level also you have to pay attention. Grammar. Here we have rules. We have rules that you have to follow. You just learn them, okay, as your teachers taught you, and this is what you're going to, to reproduce during your exams, okay, your examination when you are sitting for the exam. Now we have this, okay. We have A. Let us start from A. On this paper, it is said linguistic competence. Put the verbs in brackets in their correct tenses. So at this level, you are asked to put the verbs, okay, that are in brackets in their correct tenses, which means that they are not in their correct tenses. So you have the duty to correct them. Are you following? Now, number one here, it is said, no sooner had we left than our brother, and we have into parentheses to come. No sooner had we left, no sooner had we left than our brother, into parentheses to come. So you are asked to correct this one. Are you following? You have to correct this one to come. With no sooner, what is the rule? With no sooner, then you have to refer to the rule. Okay, no sooner. This one done. This one, for instance, many people do not know how to use it. Okay, so here I think that they helped you a lot. You just have to correct this one. Okay, at your level, they may even ask you, okay, to build sentences with no sooner. Are you following? And they may do it in such a way that you are the one who is going to put this down here. Are you following? And if you are not aware that it is the way we use it, then you will lose grades. Are you following? So here, no sooner had we left than our brother to come. So here we have what? We have already had left, which is the past perfect. The past perfect. Then at this level we will have what? The simple past. Are you following? The simple past. Then to come in simple past becomes what? Came. So we have came. No sooner had we left than our brother came. Are you following? So this is the correct answer. Number two here we have what? If my father gave me some money, to travel for a week. If my father gave me some money, to travel for a week. If my father gave me some money, yes, to travel to travel for a week. For a week. I follow you. So that's it. For a week. Yes. So if my father gave me some money, to travel. So to travel is a verb that you are going to correct. To travel. Now, at this level, we are in face of what? We are in front of the if clauses. And the if clauses, we told you that we have 3 types. We have type 1, we have type 2, and we have type 3. So for the type 1, how do we manage? What is the rule there? We have the if, okay? We have the subject plus the, please. We have the if, okay? Plus the subject plus a verb in simple present, okay? Plus subject plus a verb in simple future. I will take it again. The type 1, if clause type 1, we have if, okay, plus subject plus verb in simple present plus subject plus verb in simple future. So that is type 1. Are you following? Now, the type 2. The type 2, we have if plus subject plus verb in simple past plus subject plus verb in conditional. Okay? Simple conditional. Are you following? So that's it. Let me take it again. We have the if plus the subject plus verb in words. Simple past plus subject plus verb in conditional. Are you following? Now, when we come back to the type 3, we have words. We have the if plus subject, okay, plus the verb, okay, in words, in past perfect, okay, tense, plus subjects plus verb noun in conditional perfect. Are you following? So that's it. That's it. When you have the simple present, we have the future. When you have the simple past, you have what? The conditional. When you have the past perfect, then you have the perfect conditional. So these are things that you have to bear in mind. At this level, when we see this, we look at this. If my father gave me some money, I to travel for a week, okay? So at this level, we are in front of the if clause type 2, because we have gave here, which is in a simpler past. Then the to travel should be in what? In past conditional. Okay, that is conditional perfect. So it becomes what? It becomes what then? If my father gave me some money, I would, okay, I would, okay, should, you can say would or should travel for a week. So that's it. Very simple. You have to master the rules and you are okay. I follow it. Then we have this. Okay. This the right answer. I would or I should travel. And full stop. You don't have to bother yourself there. Okay. So we just revised the if clause, the 3 types. Let us move on. It is high time all students, okay, to do their homeworks. It is high time. It is, in fact, an expression. Okay, it is high time. It is high time. It is high time. Okay, so this one you have to bear it in mind. Very simple. Okay, so we use here the simple past. In fact, the simpler past is used at this level. Okay, then it becomes what? It is high time student did. Okay, because we have to do here. We are working here with to do. Okay, yes, that's it. It is high time all students into parentheses to do their homeworks. So it is high time. It is high time. Follow. It is very important. Follow. Then we have it is high time. It is high time all students did, okay, their, so c'est ce qui nous importe à ce niveau. Okay, all students did their homeworks. So it is high time, plus the verb in simple past, full stop. Okay, it is high time, Voilà. Now, the government to close schools in Togo some weeks ago. Okay, so at this level we have a goal that you've seen in a grammar point at school. We have since for a goal. Do you remember? Since for a goal. So at this level they have chosen a goal to work with it. Then you have to be clever enough to remind yourself of the rule of a goal. Are you following? So that's it. That's it. Okay? We have the government to close schools in Togo some weeks ago. We have since, we have for, we have a goal. And remember, a goal is a little bit apart. We have since and for. Okay? When we take since, you remember, we use, the same tenses for them, which is the present perfect. Okay? We can use the present perfect or the present perfect continuous for the two. Are you following? But with a go, most of the time we use the simple past. Are you following? So, with since and for, we have the present perfect. Now, the small or the slight difference between since and for is what? With since, okay, we refer to the starting point of something, okay, which perhaps is not yet, finished in the present. Something which started in the past and which is perhaps still going on or stop. It is possible in the present. Then at this level, we use since with the present perfect tense. Are you following? Now, with for, the difference is that we talk about the duration. Are you following? The duration. Okay? I have worked in Togo for 2 years. Okay? Yes. But we can say, for instance, that I have been working in Togo since 2018. Are you following? So the starting point, I started working in Togo, okay, since 2018. Are you following? But if I say, for example, that, I will just share the news that I worked 2 years. So 2 years, for instance, is a duration. Are you following? So this is the slight difference between the 6 and 4. They use the same tense. The same tense works for both of them. Either the present perfect or the present perfect continuous. Now, for ego, as I said earlier on, it is the simple past which goes most of the time with ego. Now, here we have a go. We have a go. Okay, it is said that the government closed schools in Togo some weeks ago. Then we have we have it is number 4. Then we have the government closed. I told you, for my students, I always tell you that you have to learn your irregular verbs, because everywhere you go, they are there. When we take, for instance, even the passive voice, even the reported speech at this level in each classes, everywhere you go, they are there. Are you following? Then it is better you learn them. It is very important. You have to learn them. Are you following? Yeah. So the government closed. The simple past of the verb to close is closed. Then closed the what? Schools in Togo weeks ago. So that's it. Very simple, like that. Now, B. At this level, we are using direct or indirect speech to build sentences. Direct or indirect speech to build sentences. Now, direct or indirect speech. Are you following? When we talk of this, what do you understand in fact? Vous pouvez encore comprendre cela aujourd'hui. Suivez juste correctement et vous pouvez comprendre. Est-ce que vous voyez? Le direct ou le indirect speech. Suivez correctement. C'est important, c'est pour cela que je reviens encore un peu en français pour que vous puissiez cerner ce que j'aimerais dire. Lorsque nous avons le direct speech, le indirect speech, qu'est-ce que vous attendez par là? What do you understand? When we say indirect speech, for instance, I am here with you and we said something. That is, I told you something. Now, or I said it, and your father, comes later in the house and you want to report, what I said to your father. For instance, right now, right away that we are here, I said, Kofi is, a wicked man. Kofi is a wicked man. Kofi is a wicked man. Or I said, for instance, that I am a kind person. I am a kind person. So, if your father comes and you want to report what I said to your father, you will see that you are going to have some changes. You will change things. If your father comes and you tell him that I am a kind person. Will he, understand? No. No. But you will say, for instance, that Luke said that he is, are you following? So that's it. That's it. So this is what you have to bear in mind. It is not something complicated at all. Okay? And we also have rules for them. Are you following? That's it. We gave them to you in class. And if you want to, to succeed, you just learn them. Okay? We have, for instance, the simple present, which becomes simple past, the simple past, which becomes the past perfect. Very simple like that. Are you following? That's it. As far as, direct or indirect speech is concerned. Now, we have also change of what we call prepositions. Is it prepositions? Pronouns, rather. Pronouns. Are you following? Pronouns. Pronouns. Change of pronouns. Are you following? Now, we also have change of what? Adverbs. 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 I'm waiting for you here. I'm waiting for you here. After this moment, somebody else came. Somebody else comes in, and you want to report what I said to that person. Then you will say that Luke said that he was waiting for you there. You won't say here anymore, because perhaps you are no more at the same place. Are you following? So these are the kind of changes that occurs in the use of direct or indirect speech. Are you following? Okay. So here we have what? We have shall we meet tomorrow? Afi asked Ati. Shall we meet tomorrow? Shall we meet tomorrow? Okay. Afi asked Kosi, for instance. Okay. Shall we? Okay. Then at this level we have what? The answer is this. Afi asked Kosi if they should, you see, if they should, it is no more shall. If they should meet the following day. So you see, shall we meet tomorrow? Afi asked Kosi. Then the answer is Afi asked Kosi if they should meet the following day. Then we have tomorrow, which has become the following day. And we have shall, which has become should. So these are the various changes. Okay? And you have them in your books. You just read and finish. So as I told you, we have the simple as far as verbs are concerned, our tenses are concerned, we have the simple present, which becomes the simple past which becomes the past perfect, so on and so forth. So that's it. That's the way it functions. Okay, present conditional becomes past conditional, so on and so forth. Now, as far as adverbs are concerned, here becomes there. Okay? When we see, for instance, tomorrow becomes what? The following day. Okay? Yesterday, the day before, so on, so forth. So these are things that you have to bear in mind and finish. Okay? So that's it. Now, let us continue. Let us continue. It is almost time, but let us continue. You see, look at this. We have don't call me Titi Betty. Kofi warned John. So Kofi warned John not to call him okay, Titi Betty. This is what you have to say. Very simple. Amadou told his father that his headmaster would visit them the following day. Okay? Amadou told his father that his headmaster would visit them the following day. Then my headmaster will visit you, okay, or will visit us, okay, tomorrow. Amadou told okay, his father. So that's it. Very simple. Okay, we don't have, you don't have to bother yourself as far as these small exercises are concerned. When we have, for instance, this one, the teacher ordered the students to stop talking in the classroom. Okay, the teacher ordered. Okay, then the answer is that what? Stop talking in the classroom. The teacher ordered the students. So on and so forth. So we have, these kind of things that you have to bear in mind and finish. When we have also the use of preposition. The old man carried a heavy load. We have into, we have in, we have on his students. These is students. So it is on. I follow me. On when we have students were having a test, the hall when it started raining. Okay, I follow me. When we have Anna sits down in the classroom, Rita and Nonvignon, okay, between, okay, he always stands the window to see what happens outside. I follow it. The widows at, okay, so that's it. We have also fill in the gaps using since for a go, because, or what. We have a beautiful girl she is. A beautiful girl she is. Then here we have, you see that we are using the exclamation. And here you see we use how, we use what. Are you following? Then here we just take what, because you know it is what only that we have here. So what a beautiful girl she is. Okay, that's it. Mr. Anani has been teaching in this school. This is what I told you. Since okay, since so on so forth. No goes to school late. She does not go to bed on time. So because it is a reason. A week, this one you are not going to see an effect before a week, okay, ago he got his driving license. A week ago. That's it. Very, very, very simple things, and then you are done. Are you following? Now, we have also a test here on the coronavirus. Okay, vous ne devez pas avoir ça comme okay, truc collé dans votre tête, mais vous devez l'avoir aussi comme un outil. Est-ce que vous voyez? Une préparation. Est-ce que vous voyez? Pour ne pas être troublé. Parce que pour tout le monde maintenant, tout ce qu'on demande c'est corona. Tout ce qu'on demande c'est corona. Tout ce qu'on demande c'est corona. Est-ce que vous voyez? C'est la raison pour laquelle on peut demander par exemple, une personne est infectée au VIH. Est-ce que vous voyez? La raison sur de quelle maladie? Et vous allez dire corona. Donc faites attention. Faites attention. Est-ce que vous voyez? Voilà. Néanmoins, nous allons parler de cela. Le coronavirus. Tout ce que je vais dire là-dessus, ok, je ne vais pas aller trop loin, puisque le temps me talonne déjà. C'est quoi, en fait? C'est une maladie qui a commencé où? It started at China, especially at Wuhan. You have to bear this in mind. This is the historical, background of it. Okay. Now, the mode of transmission of COVID-19. Les modes de transmission, vous les connaissez bien. Okay. Yes, it is spread through contact with sick persons. Lorsque vous êtes à contact avec les gens qui sont malades, vous pouvez le contracter. Est-ce que vous voyez? Voilà. Infected objects or surfaces. Quelque chose d'essuyé est infecté. Vous l'utilisez. Vous voyez un peu. Donc c'est un peu ça. Maintenant les symptômes. What are the symptoms? Okay, the common and serious ones are fever. We have fever. We have what? Dry cough. Cough. Okay. Somebody is doing this, you may suspect him. Okay. Tiredness, you are tired all the time without doing anything. You are tired. Okay. Difficult breathing. As asthma, are you following? So this, for instance, is also a sign of it. In fact, we also have sore throat. Sore throat. That is, it hurts. It hurts. Sore throat. Okay. Runny nose. Are you following? Runny nose. So these are the signs. If somebody presents these signs, you can be, aware that the person suffers from corona. The person suffers from coronavirus. Are you following? When you don't want to get, okay, to be, that is, you want to prevent yourself from this kind of sickness. What do? We have something that we call social distancing. Social distancing. That is, the person should be, at a 1 meter from you. 1 meter from you. Okay? That's it. Social distancing. It is very important. You have to wash your hands regularly. So we have regular wash of hands. Okay? That's it. I think that you follow news and you know what to do. Okay? You should not shake hands. No shake hands anymore. No. Shake hands. No. Okay? You should not, hand. Okay? Hand. It's very, forbidden in this kind of period. You should wear what? Mask. You should wear mask. Okay? Muffle is very important. Okay? That's it. What shall you do? What you should not do? You know them. You know them. So, for the conclusion, if you have, for instance, an essay on coronavirus, okay, it depends on the way you are asked to write down your essay. What you have to do is also to sensitize people. You tell them that, you should not, that is, stand together in a group. Okay, you have to respect the preventive measures that are ordered by the government, and by so doing, you can save your life, and save the others. Too. It is very important. So that's it. That's it. It is all, and finish. Then once again, my advice to you is to be clever enough. Okay? To be clever enough. You have to be clever enough for you not to deceive yourself. You have to learn to revise. Okay? To revise. Okay? All what we've done so far. And this will help you. Okay? It's not the time for you to stay there saying that you are learning all the time. You have to rest. You have to rest. Okay? And whenever you are tired, go to bed. It's very important. I flow. So God bless you. Keep on working hard. Okay? And I think that you are going to reap the fruits of your efforts. Are you following me? So once again, I would like to thank the director of this TV who, has given us this opportunity to share or to make, these revisions with you, my dear friends, comrades. Okay, I call you comrades. I follow you because very soon you are going to get your A-level, and that's it. We are colleagues. Okay, so I will also thank Mr. Afe, okay, Estino, the one who has initiated this, and I will also call on all our fathers, parents who are watching us to, help us to go forward through their financial supports. It will help us a lot to spread, okay, to how do we say it, to widen, is that the word, the project. So thank you very much, and see you later. Bye.